quality standards. Now, prior to this year, there was what was called an implied warranty, which means you're renting this, I should be able to live here.
Right.
Okay.
Implied is the operative word there, I'm sure. Right.
That's right. So, but the courts were aware of that. It was not in the code. The major factor here is that the word habitable has now been added to the duties of landlords. Now, we've got a little problem here. What does habitable mean? And the legislature likes to play this game where they put words in the code, but they don't define them, and then guess who? The courts have to decide. So not only this year does the rental housing have to be safe and habitable, which is important, but it also has to be repaired. If there's damage or maintenance, it has to be repaired in a timely manner. Excuse me. What does timely mean?
Once again, getting the lawyers involved again.
Exactly, right. The lawyers and the courts trying to tell us. So, but at least it's in the code now. I think that's a step forward. And certainly, I don't think anybody wants. The public does not benefit by having substandard or non-habitable or unsafe housing. So I think this is a step forward. If a landlord fails to maintain the property or it's not habitable, now a tenant can bring an action in court against that landlord and say, this is not habitable. I can't live here anymore. Okay. So that's number one.
Well, let's talk about security deposit caps. That's number two. You know, when you think about it, you think most times it's like first and last month's rent. That seems to be like the standard security deposit, but now we're defining what that is.
We are, and we have limited it. Interestingly, this was part of the so-called Safe at Home Act, and it was originally set at 3 months. During a smoke-filled midnight room negotiation.
I can picture this, yes.
Yeah, it was down at the Gold Dome. It was knocked down to 2 months, and I don't have any problem with that, except as you know, I'm a landlord. We have some rental apartments near Emory. One time I had an Emory medical school graduate student who had no income. He had a 2-year paid, stipend, the whole 9 yards, but he had no credit and no income. I couldn't rent to him.
Right.
He said, I'll tell you what, I'll give you a security deposit of 24 months rent.
That might work.
I said that will work, and we rented to him. That shows to me that this is interfering with the free market, the ability of a landlord and a tenant to negotiate what's best for them. Generally speaking,